Lorelei, I want to
Hi.
ask you a few questions about why you decided to become a yoga teacher. So, what was it that initially made you decide on the program?
So initially, I had just recently moved back to Las Cruces, and I had really been struggling with a lot of anxiety and depression, and had really been um, struggling with just not feeling good a lot of times, not feeling good physically, mentally, emotionally. And I had been doing yoga for many years, and I I knew that I felt really good when I did yoga. Even though sometimes the way that I was doing it didn't necessarily feel great for my body, I knew that I felt good inside when I was doing yoga. And so when I moved back here, I didn't know anybody, and I was just kind of in, I guess, a little bit of a rut. And I thought that I wanted to find a way to kind of deepen my experience with yoga and deepen my practice. Um, and I started doing some searches, and I looked online and I found DDY offering a yoga teacher training program. And so I decided I'm going to do it. I'm just going to jump in and do it. And I called you, and you were like, yeah, come on, let's do it, and signed me up. And yeah, and so that's what brought me to it in the first place. I actually had no intention of teaching yoga when I started the program. I just wanted to just just have this experience, and to see where it led. It was more a curiosity. What is going on? Why do I feel good when I do this? Why don't I feel good other times? And yeah, so that's what started me on that path.
So, when did the shift happen? Like, when did you go from like, oh, I'm just doing this for myself to like, oh, I think I want to maybe share this with people? And what are you doing with it now?
So during the program, I just really fell in love with the program, and with the instructors, and with the community, and with our teacher, Sean, who's the one who led me through most of my program. And it was such an amazing, kind of life altering program and thing that I experienced, that I just felt like I needed to continue to share it with others. And so I immediately jumped into teaching classes for DDY, and then that one thing led to another, and then I got involved in the teacher training program, and continuing to teach teachers and guide along that path. And so it was just such a profound experience for me that there was no way that I couldn't not share it with others after experiencing it.
Yeah, I think that you and I are very similar in that maybe we were drawn to yoga initially for certain reasons, and then it's shifted over time. And you showed up on the scene just about the time that Sean was really unraveling my world and changing the way he was leading the teacher training. And I really appreciate the fact that you um, have been on board to then share that with the folks that we're leading now, right? That want to become
Yeah.
instructors or want to deepen their practice. What shifted for you? I mean, I know what it was for me, but like, what's so
And
different now about what you do compared to the way you used to practice?
so in terms of my physical practice, the asana practice, um, when I practiced before, it really was all about making shapes with my body and accomplishing the physical feats of I practiced Ashtanga and power yoga, and I could make shapes like you would not believe. I could handstand, I could twist into a pretzel, I could do all of these amazing, wonderful things. And while there was a kind of it felt good in my ego. It felt like, yeah, look how cool I am. But it didn't feel good in my physical body. And so the
You mean like you
shift
were in
was,
pain?
yeah, I was in chronic, constant pain. Yeah, in my SI, my low back, my shoulders, my spine, everything just hurt all the time. But man, could I look cool. And so the shift was about going in. And that, I mean, that's really the shift that was life changing, was about, it does, the exterior is completely unimportant. It's about going in and discovering who you are inside.
Mhm.
And that can be as simple as finding movement that you have in your body, or as profound as discovering who you really are under all the layers of stuff. And so that's what shifted for me, was letting go of the exterior and the outside, and shifting my awareness in and figuring out what was going on, and then moving, as you like to say, from the inside out.
Mhm. And do you feel like that, like moving from that really forced physical practice into something that is more optimal? Tell me a little bit about that experience and how your body feels now, and what does your physical practice look like? How
Sure.
does
So
it
I have to
feel?
say, at first, it was frustrating as all get out. It was really frustrating
Mhm.
because I was so out of touch with what was going on inside and with the movement of my own body, because everything was compensations and tension and stress and forced, that when I was asked to shift awareness to inside and move smaller and move more purely and move from the largest joint and move um, in a way that was honoring my own physical body, my own limitations, and
Mhm.
my own, you know, actual range of motion. It was really frustrating, and um, and I did struggle with it. But over time, that tuning in and that awareness, shifting that awareness inward and finding the movement and moving smaller, it's so freeing, right?
Mhm.
It just lets you let go of so much stuff, because when it comes down to it, I don't want to be an acrobat or a gymnast, or you
Mhm.
know I just want to move well and breathe well and feel good in this body. And when I could let go of that other stuff and shift that awareness in, and when I could give myself permission to not worry about what it looked like, but just feel it, that's when all of the physical changes started happening, and I got out of pain. And that's when a lot of other things started happening for me as well, like letting go of all of the anxiety and the stress and the worry, and being able to just be joyful and be happy.
Mhm. Do you feel like there's a certain amount of strength that comes from the ease that you found? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
absolutely. I would say that I'm I wouldn't say that I'm stronger than I was. I would say that I have a strength that's sustainable and resilient
Mhm.
now, and that can carry me through doing things without ending up in excruciating pain and being out of commission for
Or being
weeks on end,
injured,
or being injured. Yeah, yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because
Yeah,
where's the strength in that?
right, right. So the strength that I had was
Yeah.
built on a weak foundation, and now the foundation is strong,
Mm.
and I can still do all the same stuff. I don't attempt to do crazy gymnastic style yoga poses. I just don't have any desire to at all. But if I wanted to, I'm sure I could.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
But why?
But why?
Why? Yeah. Is there any other way that you felt like the training impacted your life other than just how it relates to your physical or your spiritual or emotional well-being? Any other?
I think it's affected really every aspect of my life. So in my other life, besides being a yoga teacher, I'm also a professor, and I feel like my relationship with my students is so much different now than it was before. I feel like I have so much more awareness and connection and empathy, and um, just am able to have a more open, honest relationship with all of my students. I feel like as a parent, I have two kids, and I think our relationship has changed completely as a result of everything that I've gone through. I can't even imagine
Mm.
what our relationship would be like if I continued the
Mm.
way that I was before. And now it's just open and it's good, and our connection is so strong. And it's it's parenting from a perspective of empathy and understanding and awareness, and just allowing them to be who they're meant to be and grow and develop, um, uh, instead of forcing them to be this version of children that we have an expectation of them being, right? And my relationship with my husband has obviously been beautifully affected because I don't have all of that stuff, that um, control stuff and anxiety and stress that I felt before. So I feel like pretty much every aspect of my life has been affected and changed, um, and my relationships are all better as a result.
So through letting go of the expectations of yourself and the forcing and the tension in your own body and experience, then that just translated through to your relationship with other people. That's a really cool thing to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Anything else that you want to say?
I would just say, man, if you're even thinking, even considering about doing the teacher training program, and you feel like um, it might be something for you, jump in and try it, because it really is life changing.
Mm. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.